Cosa resta del passato? Non riesce a
Hello, my name is Randy Denny, and I am a student at the University of West Florida, and this is a demonstration video for EME 6415. Having been in the Navy, I had the opportunity to serve in Italy. We spent about 4 years over there. I took my wife and family over there. My wife's family actually originated from Naples, Italy. Naples, Italy is just a little bit south of Rome. She also has some aunts, uncles, and cousins up in Torino, which is Turin, where the Shroud of Turin is kept. And that's a little bit north of the town of Pisa, which is, of course, where the Leaning Tower of Pisa is. So if you look at Italy, right across the top there, you see Venice in the east, Milan in the very center, and Torino over on the western side, a little bit at the base of the Italian Alps. So while I was over there, I had an opportunity to learn quite a bit about how to cook a real authentic Italian. So what I want to do tonight is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to make something that they have told me is called quick sauce. And it's quick sauce because you really do it in about 20 minutes. I'm going to go through the steps here, and at the end I'm going to provide a little link that's going to actually give you a Word document with the recipe written on it. Here you have the ingredients for quick sauce. You have, of course, spaghetti, you have the onion, you have the garlic, you have the salt and the pepper, you have tomatoes. This is canned tomatoes. I prefer tomatoes directly out of the garden, but in a pinch this will work. And of course, fresh basil and olive oil. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to chop this onion, okay? Prior to that, we need to make sure that we've got a nice sharp knife. You have to have a sharp knife because if you have to apply force to cut something, there's a good chance that you could slip, and if you slip, you might run a chance of cutting yourself, and we don't want that. Since it is just my wife and I'm just going to do a portion, not a family portion. So for that, I'm just going to use half an onion, and that was quick. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chop up some garlic. And then chop it. And for this recipe, really, I mean, if you like garlic, you can use a lot more garlic. If you don't like garlic, you can use less garlic. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up the basil. Basil, sweet basil is really preferred, but Italian basil, so I've rinsed these, dried them off, and honestly for this dish you cannot put too much basil in there. I do like basil, so you can tell. For me, the way I do this, I go ahead and I roll it up, and then I slice it that way. Okay, and it's the basil. To begin with, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put olive oil into the pan, and the way that I was shown to do this is you put in enough just to coat the bottom of the pan. Okay, just like that. So the first thing that we do is we're going to add the onions to the oil. And basically what we're going to do, the only thing that we're going to do here is we're just going to get them to sweat. So we're going to saute these until they become translucent. And to help in that process, we're going to add a little salt. That's going to help the onions to sweat. After about 5 minutes, and the onions have become translucent, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in our garlic. And we're going to saute them a little bit. After another couple minutes, now we're going to add in the tomatoes. We're going to increase the temperature just a little bit. We're going to go ahead, we're going to bring this to a boil. Let it start to bubble. Then we're going to turn the heat down and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. While this is happening, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start the pasta. You can see here that we have the spaghetti starting to bubble. Now we're going to go ahead, we're going to turn the heat down on this to a nice simmer and just let it rest. This is really coming along nicely. Now for the final ingredient. Sweet basil. Something you may not realize is that the Italian flag has the colors red, white, and green, which is also in a lot of the national dishes, which is this one. We're going to let it sit here for just a couple of minutes, and then we're going to be ready to serve. And this is the finished product. I hope you enjoyed this video.